Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome to today's episode of Top Deck. We are covering a number 5 Izzet Tempo Deck here for you today by Wandering One. So very excited about this. I appreciate you tuning in. We have a lot coming your way, so please feel free to check out the timestamps down below. The deck list is also there for you, where we're going to cover the strategy in the deck. We're also going to talk about the sideboard, and then we're going to go play some competitive Magic in both best of 1 and best of 3 today. And then we'll close that all out with some final thoughts around potential meta fit and those kinds of things. So, Planeswalkers, we do have a lot to get to, but first, as always, huge thank you. Truly appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe down over there and additionally like the video. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into it here. So it's an Izzet Tempo deck. We are trying to play nicely on our curve here so we can see that early game. Now, it's all about doing two things: removal on the board and controlling spells that are coming in, and then slowly building up that momentum and tempo so that you can gain control and slowly do that chunk damage or finishing touches that you need to do with things like Shark Typhoon, slamming a Gold Span Dragon and being able to protect it on the board, those kinds of things to wrap up and seal the deal of the match. Now, we get additional support here from Kaldheim with the snow-covered lands here, but we also get the ability to have things like Faceless Haven to also help support that end game, and then get new arrivals like Frostbite and Goldspan, as I already mentioned. So that is what this deck is all about. That is the strategy. That is the objective. Close your opponents down during the early game, start to control the middle match, and then slam home towards that middle of the late game. All right, Planeswalkers, so that is the strategy. That is the objective, and Izzet Tempo deck that we covered. Izzet is, again, those blue and those red colors there from the Magic Pinwheel. Now, we're going to dive into it a little bit deeper here. So we got Frostbite, again, a new addition from Kaldheim. This sucker deals 2 damage to target creature or Planeswalker. If we control 3 or more snow permanents, it deals 3 damage instead. We have Disdainful Stroke. This counters target spell with convert mana cost 4 or greater. Essence Scatter counters target spell. Creature spell, negate non-creature spell counters. And then we got a mortal land here with Shatterskull Smashing. Again, this one, you can have it enter tapped, you can pay 3 life, have it come in untapped as a red source of mana, or we can have it cast at sorcery speed, and it will deal X damage among 2 target creatures and or Planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, double that damage. We got the good old Brazen Borrower here, where we can use its Petty Theft, instant speed adventure spell, where we can return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its hand. Otherwise, we got a 3/1 flyer with flash, and it can only block creatures with flash. We have a new counter spell here with Saw It Coming. This one's got Foretell, so we can cast it earlier for turn 2. For 2 on turn 2 if we need to, and then we can bring it back in later, make that upfront investment for a later game payout to counter any target spell. We also have Bone Crusher Giant here, the 2 damage with Stomp at instant speed for its adventure. That damage can't be prevented this turn. And then additionally, whenever Bone Crusher Giant becomes a target of a spell or ability, this 4/3 body then will deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. We also have Behold the Multiverse. So this is a new one here, again, from Kaldheim. It's an instant spell here that we can scry 2, then draw 2 cards. You can do that pay 2 up front investment, and then it will only cost you 2 later, so still 4 altogether, but the ability to play a little bit earlier. And we got Goldspan Dragon. So again, this is a top-notch newcomer here. Now we're beginning to see this guy in tons and tons of decks, aggro decks in particular. You guys can check a lot of those things out that I've already covered. But this guy's got Flying Haste. When it attacks or becomes a spell of a target, create a treasure token. Treasures we control have sacrificed this artifact, add 2 mana of any one color. Then last but not least, we got the good old Shark Typhoon. We can cycle this guy, create an XX Flying Shark for that payment of the cycle plus the 2 there. And then additionally, you can have this on the battlefield as a 6-drop enchantment, and then whatever you cast in terms of a spell, not a creature-based one, you will create an XX blue flying shark for that spell's mana cost. So that is the deck. That is what we got to play with here on our main board. We're now going to go ahead and talk about the sideboard, but if you do have questions or comments throughout, let me know down below, and also feel free to hop into the Discord server, my friends. So first we got Negate. We covered that already. You're going to play this against non-creature based decks, so primarily control decks, Ugin decks, ultimatum decks, those kinds of things. This is going to be what you're going to want to run. Then Scorching Dragonfire here, 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile instead. You're going to run this against your aggro decks, the mono white aggro that we just covered, the Boros aggros, the Naya aggros. You can also play this against Gruul Adventure decks. Lots of great spots, mono red aggro. So plenty of places here for this one. We got Shredded Sails, so destroy target artifact, or it deals 4 damage to target creature or flying. Great way to hit a gold span, wink wink. So keep that in mind, my friends. That's where you're going to want to play this, particularly also against artifact decks, obviously. 2, we have Mystical Dispute. This spell costs 2 less to cast. If it targets a blue spell, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. I would play this in the mirror match. You're going to play this against other blue decks, also against other decks that might be running non-creature spells. In particular, I would run this. Also works great against Temur Ultimatum. Phoenix of Ash here, Flying Haster, Fire Breath for the +2/+0 at a 3 mana cost. Exile it or escape it for 4. Exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. It's going to enter with a +1/+1 counter on it. Great against rogue decks. Great against decks that make you sack as well. There are some sacrifice decks out there like Jund, so keep those things in mind. That could be a good one for you. Storm's Wrath here, a board wiper that deals 4 damage to each creature and planeswalker. Run this against aggro decks. Run this against mono white, against Boros aggro. Run it against mono red and mono white life gain or aggro as well, like I mentioned. Then we got Ox of Agonis. So here I like this again against the rogues decks. This is going to help you find answers. When this guy enters battlefield, discard our hand, draw 3 cards. We can escape it for 2, exile 8 other cards from your graveyard. It will enter with a +1/+1 counter. Rogues decks and late game decks. Those are the 2 spots that I would play this. So things like Doom, other things that make you sacrifice, like some of those Jund ones that we talked about, that could be a good one. All right. So Planeswalkers, that is the main board, that is the sideboard, and that is the strategy and the objective of the deck. Now we're going to talk about how we're going to make this all work together and how we line up for an aggro, mid-range, and late game matchup in terms of the sideboarding. So in particular, the early game decks, the aggro decks, you are most likely going to run Scorching Dragonfire. You may run Shredded Sails, and you're probably going to run Storm's Wrath. So realistically, 4, you're going to pull out here what I would get rid of out of this deck. I would get rid of Disdainful Stroke, and I would probably get rid of Negate. And that's going to actually lock you up really nicely in terms of the early game and give you options for a many to 1 with Storm's Wrath there. And those are going to be those aggro decks that we talked about, mono white, mono red. Could be some of the elves version decks that are out there, the Golgari decks that are potentially out there with the Death Touch. Also against mono red, Boros, any showdown deck, those kinds of things. Gruul Adventures as well, potentially. That can be mid-range at times. But speaking of that, let's move to mid-range. So mid-range, we're going to break it up into 2 kind of thresholds. 1 more on the creature-based, and those tend to run bigger creatures, and 2 more on the control side. So on the creature-based stuff, you're going to keep it fairly similar to what we already talked about in the aggro, and then as we move into the more control side, we got to have a healthy blend between getting rid of creatures on the board as well as countering. So you may want to consider looking at Negate and Mystical Dispute as well, and then it's going to depend on what we hit in terms of spells and what they have on the board for creatures. If they're not running a ton of creatures or they're big creatures, we just want to make sure that they don't hit the board with those. And then what I would look to remove potentially is really in this space here. You want to optimize these 4 and kind of shift and pivot your deck around in that space. Then last but not least, we got control or late game decks. So these are going to be, can be considered Temur Ultimatum. Potentially that's kind of a mid-range to late game. You can consider it the old school mono black controls that are still around. So keep eyes out for those. Anything running Ugin, anything potentially running Ramp, again, mid-range to late game. Additionally here, we got to keep our eyes out for any of the Yorion decks. They're certainly control style, both Doom decks still around, as well as some other kind of Dimir control type decks. So those ones you're really going to pivot into negates and mystical disputes. Most likely you may want to add an Ox of Agonus to kind of get some refill. We do get that with Behold the Multiverse, but just something to consider as we look to move things out. Again, it's most likely going to be Frostbite. And then some sort of concoction here, potentially even considering Bone Crusher Giant. However, I do like Bone Crusher Giant on the board. 4/3 body is very useful, and we still want to be able to deal some damage, and 2 damage to the face can also win us games. So that is what we have, Planeswalkers, in terms of the lineup today. That's the aggro, the mid-range, and the late game lineup. We talked about what Izzet Tempo Deck is. We talked about the strategy of this deck. So now we're going to go hop into some competitive Magic for you here today. I'm extremely excited to play this number 5 Izzet Tempo Deck again by Wandering One. So congratulations. Let's go ahead and hop into it here. We've began to cover several decks, working on getting you some more cards. Some of the cards that I need to close out some of these things, but let's go ahead and pop in that standard rank. Yesterday we covered the number 24 one by Defor. You guys can absolutely check that out. It's a wonderful aggro deck. Today we've certainly pivoted, finally got that nice blend of blue, because it's certainly been a lot of red, white, and green. So let's go ahead here and hop into this matchup. Now, for those of you that are joining at this point, just a nice little reminder to everyone, as always, feel free to let me know down below in the comments if you have questions, thoughts, those kinds of things. Additionally, feel free to hop into the Discord server. It's a little interesting. We go first. So what do we got? We got a Rogues deck, most likely, or a Cycle deck. I can use that and just get through everything really quick. Feel free to do that. Additionally, as always, I like to let you know that I truly appreciate your support. We'll grab that first. So please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there and like the video, my friends. All right, let's see what we can do, what we hit, and how we're going to turn things around. Absolutely a Rogues deck, so this is going to be fairly interesting for us. We're going to lose value if we don't move that over on this turn, so we absolutely want to do that. That's going to allow us to protect our board a little bit more here. So we just want to keep those things in mind. We will do this. Now, the Faceless Haven could be one of our best friends. I'm going to take that off now. All right, so that's big for us. So right now, we can hit with Frostbite. We can hit any 3 off the board. We also have Saw It Coming. We can make a nice little Shark Typhoon Flyer if we need to as well. So we'll let this guy hit the board. We're going to do this. And we have to remember, we still got the Faceless Haven here. But it's 3, and then you still need to worry about getting it on the board there. So now I'm going to cycle this for 1. Because I want to get something. There we go. We'll get our little chip damage in here. So they most likely will be able to protect this. So let's get it off. They'll cost 2, but we can hit it with Shatter Skull. Oh, sorry, my friend. That's unfortunate. I really, really feel their pain there. I really do. I'll go grab another red. I'm gonna do this. We are gonna pull this up. And we'll attack in. Uh-oh, they got Agadeems. Oh, I should have waited. I got greedy. I got greedy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can go 5. 2, 3. Oh, let's pull that one back. Let's grab that one. Let's see if we can get this one through. We'll take both of those. Eat that. Oh, I can't counter enough there. Gonna do that. Ah, could have waited. That's all right. We need to get these guys off the board. We can certainly do that. Let's thin though. Oh, it's counter. Ah. Get this guy on the board. Uh-oh, here they come. Ooh, here we go. How many cards? 20. Oh, here we go. What's that? I only need 6. Oh no. So here's what we gotta do. Now, I don't necessarily actually, the smart move is actually this. It's actually, we're going to leave the Rune Crab, and we're just going to hit this guy for 3. This is me playing the right move. Because we can counter. And they need two things to mill us, then they can, it's not possible for them, so we're certainly in a good spot. So we got this locked up. Unless they drop like a... That's fine, I can deal with that. So we are going to counter that. Boom, we got it. Woo! We took down the Rogues deck with a Izzet Tempo Deck, my friends. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go into our next one there. It was getting a little fast. Had to slow it down. See, if we would have played and killed both. We wouldn't have had the counter, and it's possible we could have put the match at risk. So, very, very smart for us to take a pause there and close it out that way. So let's go ahead here into our next best of 1 match. Fast and Furious with Izzet Tempo today, my friends. So we got Fall here. Fall or Foul? I think it's Fall. Alright, so no red, but I'm okay with that for the time being, because everything we got, we can go look. So as long as we don't hit like a very, very fast aggro deck here, which it probably is. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Well, that doesn't help us, does it? Could be a challenge. Dimir. Dimir it is, huh? There we go. Take it. Ooh, is that a risk for us? I don't know for sure. I'm gonna wait on it. We'll see what they do. They may slip me on this, though. I might do this. Oh. Certainly easier to counter. Behold the Multiverse. That's what I want. So let's put this on the board. Maybe they got a counter here. That's fine. Missing the drop really hurt us, though. No, they're back in. I would think they'll counter this. Oh, okay. That's okay. I can live with that. Do I want both those? I think I do. Because I can put this one back. Do that. Oh, this is a Rogues deck. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So we can cast any of this stuff whenever we feel ready. I'm going to hang on that one for right now. Let's see if we can get this thing. Grab another one of those. Let's get rid of that. go like that. So we could certainly try to get that down. I don't see that we should... I don't know if we should try that, though. Let's try this. I think we leave that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll make that come back. That's okay. Wait there yet. I'll grab both those. Throw that one over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, it's pretty crazy how many lands we got compared to theirs right now. So we certainly need to be able to come back and get the value that we need here. Let's try and see if we can get away with it. There we go. Kick that back. Ooh, we got a few different choices here. I can keep that other Shark Typhoon up. We're gonna get some value off the other one right now, so we'll leave that. And we will keep at it. I'm gonna do this. And now we're gonna hold up like this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got a couple counters we can play. And we got lethal. We have lethal if we want it. With a second gold span. We got 2 counters there. So I think we're okay. Yes, we're good. 2 rogues decks, check. With Izzet Tempo. Everybody's playing the rogues decks today. No, we haven't hit the aggro. I'm probably gonna hit it next. So, all right, look at that. 2-0 drilling, Lurrus, and rogue decks today with Izzet Tempo. Oh, that felt good. We got so far ahead on mana and card draw, it was ridiculous there, my friends. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, so now we got Chop. Chop, what are you bringing to the table today? All right, we will take this. I like it. Let's view. No, no Lurrus. Looks like mono red. But we can't go by the sleeves, but most likely, you know, it probably is. So, let's pull here too as well. It's probably Gruul though. What do we got? Red. Should we just go grab another blue? Let's grab a red. Oh, we don't have a lot of reds. Let's grab a blue. That's fine. Oh, green. What are you gonna pull? Ah, red. Here we go. Is it mono red? Is it mono red? Is it Gruul? We'll know soon. Mono red. Knights. It's gonna be knights. Here it is. White. Boros Knights. Oh, nope. Mono red. So now we need to make a decision. Do we wait? Or do we get crazy here? Can't really do anything. So I'm actually gonna hold. Because that gives us the option on the Bone Crusher. We can still keep Behold the Multiverse together. We can't get as much value as we'd like, so... Alright, we'll take this guy off this turn. Probably Fervent. Oh, Hellhound. There you go. So now we need to decide what this looks like. Probably Torbrand's going to get dropped here. I'll be right on curve. If not, we can go Behold the Multiverse. And then we can really start doing stuff. We're not going to block here. There we go. We're going to go red. I'm going to go do this. That's a lot. That is a lot, my friends. A lot. We'll try and take them off. They can hit their own guy. Oh, there they go. So we'll do this. We'll bring this on. I think we clear it. There we go. Let's see what we can hit. Let's get rid of that. Grab these two. Would have been nice to have the open there, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. We can go look. Let's go grab a blue. We have a counter spell though. We don't. Let's just do that. And then let's pull that. So that gives me 2, so I can counter creature and push back. Or get my flyer in. Or take 4 damage. There we go. We could count. We could try and counter it. All right, we lock this one in, my friends. We got 2 counters. They got to play 2 spells, and they're going to be behind us. Ooh, that was very smooth. Very smooth, my friends. Man, that was best of 1. That's like the smoothest we've played, I think, so far, to be honest. We beat 2 rogues decks, and we beat a mono red deck. There may be a nice spot in the meta here for this tempo deck. That was something for sure. So played well, you know, never know. Could have hit a really nice streak, just like when we play bad, never know. Could have hit a really bad streak. But let's go ahead and move on into best of 3. I am very impressed with that. Let's go back to our traditional standard rank. Again, yesterday we did the mono white aggro deck. Let's go ahead and we'll play the Izzet Tempo number 5 deck here in best of 3. Lots of other stuff you guys can go check out. But as we're waiting for those of you that are just joining now, we absolutely killed best of 1. We went 3-0, beating 2 rogues decks and 1 mono red deck, aggro deck. Super fun. Now, if you do have questions or comments, please let me know down below. Happy to help answer. Feel free to hop on the Discord server. I am going to play first here. While we're waiting, if we're going to keep this mess, which we're not going to do, we'll keep this mess, this pile. Going to need the lands, I think. Actually, I'll get rid of that for now. I want to keep the multiverse ones. Just want to say thank you, as always, Planeswalkers. I really appreciate it, your support. So please feel free to subscribe down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on content like this. Uh-oh, did we hit? Question is, did we hit another counterspell deck? I don't know. We've been seeing a lot of blue decks here, my friends. So, ooh, maybe it's a tempo deck. Maybe it's a blue tempo deck. I don't know. It's making me nervous, though. Making me nervous. That is some fun art there, though. Ooh. What are we gonna... Ooh, it is a blue, pure blue tempo deck. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is going to be an interesting match for us, for sure. For sure. So we got a nice game of counter magic coming here today. Unless they still have a chance of dropping another one, but most likely not going to happen. So the question for me here is, do I try and slip in a Brazen Borrower here and then protect it? Or do I go Behold the Multiverse and try and get 2 other pieces here? This is going to be a interesting match. We can get the chip damage. Let's try the Behold. I like both those. Because I want... Oh, yeah, I want that on the board. Then let's do another one of these. So if they go to 4, let's see if they fetch anything. Or if they counter. Nope. Let's get rid of those and let's look. Is it blue again? Is the question. Oh, it's Dimir. All right. Oh, I was like pretty excited maybe for that. There, they have their own faceless. Let's go grab some stuff. All right, we're good there. Made it through that one. Probably should have hit with the fire first, but I was hoping that I could push that back and save the fire for the Faceless Haven. So that's what I was thinking there. And we still keep Disdainful Stroke open. If I can get a Shark Typhoon on the board, it's going to be really helpful. That is not helpful. That is not helpful. That is going to be painful, actually. Good. They can go 2 and 3. Shoot. Oof. Let's see if they do it. They probably will. Nope. Would have left them open though, I guess. That's fair. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could make a nice little 5/5 flyer. Oh, but they're gonna make that a 6/6. Ah. Oh, and that's not gonna be as good. Let's see if we can get this on the board. That's gotta be countered. Yeah. So we're going to need to go slips. We're going to run into some problems here with the Ascendant Spirit. At least we got their counter off the board now. We're going to have to block. Not going to let them get draw on us. Ooh, if I can handle it. We'll see. go. Shoot. We are getting... I can't counter anything here. Not gonna make a difference. We can try again. Doesn't really matter here because they're still way ahead of us. The only thing I can do is I can make a Shark Typhoon. And I can hit in with the Faceless there too. So let's Disdainful Stroke that one. Now, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice on that. Is a bummer. Is a bummer. CMC1. Alright. Time to do some sideboarding here. So it's a Dimir control deck. We did not see that off the bat. We are going to move in the slips. I don't mind the frostbites, counter target non-creature. We may want to try 2 of these, to be honest. Goldspan's nice, but not going to be enough. I think we just try and keep everything off the board, to be honest. I mean, I guess we could keep these. I would drop maybe like 2 there. Target creature spell. I think we hit the creatures with that. Yeah, we just got a lot more we got to play around. I like these because I can deal the damage and still get the creature. That gives me something on the board at least. But we'll see. I could go Phoenix of Ash too. Because they're certainly playing around. Yeah, maybe we do that. Like, totally switch it up a little bit here. I'm gonna go 2. Let's do that. Oh, those spirits, man. You play it late and it just gets big, and I don't have enough to totally pull it off. Because they could just pop it twice. That's what they would do. Alright, here we go. Non-creature spell. We'll keep this. We don't have any draw, though. This would be a problem. Double on the mana, too, is a problem. Oh, give me a mountain source, please. Please. Oh. Probably hit it. Yeah, there they go. And then it's probably good to get this too, I would think, huh? 3? We got 2. There we go. There's their multiverse. That's what we needed. That's huge on the refill there. You can go through 4 cards and find your answers. You go grab another red. Oh, we don't need another red. We can do blue. Sharks are not going to be big enough yet. We obviously can get direct killed here. What are we going to return? We can do 3. I think we let that go because we can bring it back. See if we can get that off. Oh, they got a slip. They have had all the counter magic wins here today. All of them. Man. All of the counter magic wins. Oh, are we gonna get it? That was the question. Ooh, it worked. Oh, it worked. Oh man, that's quick. That was quick. And we hit both of them. We hit both of them there. So let us think. We're able, this might be worth another gold span again. Let's do that. What did they have on the top end? They didn't really have much, actually. I mean, they do have Behold the Multiverse, so I guess that works. What if I go one more of those? What do I drop? Let's keep it at 2. We'll do that. We'll try it again. Whew. All right, let's see what we can do here, my friends. CMC1, can we turn it around? We do have Sight coming. We got a gold span. That's pretty late. It's a little bit better, but not much. Not much, though, my friends. Not much. There we go. I'll flash this one in. At the expense of getting killed and potentially them using their... Oh, they didn't have it. All right. I will cycle here for 2. Now we have our ox still. But let's see. Well, I'll look. I'll take both of those. I mean, I'm getting close, dangerously close there for those faceless havens. So I just got to be careful. I got to be real careful. I do have double counters here, which is nice, and a double slip, which is nice. So we'll do the hard counter on that first, and then we can slip. And that gives us still one more slip here, which is good. Oh, good. They're not using the havens yet, which is real nice. The problem is, I need to get the ox on the board. I'm surprised they haven't been hitting in with the havens. That could cost me the game. Man. So could a massive flying shark. I'm going to negate this. I'm gonna have to counter again. Ooh. There we go. There we go. I can live with that. Ooh, that's tough. Very tough. I need to do keep one slip open just in case. Oops. I need to keep my slip. I didn't do it. It's gonna cost me. Five. And that's going to give me 3. So I just need to pay 1. I think we're good. I think we're okay. As we can hit him with the Bone Crusher. 2 to the face. Mystical Dispute. Are we good? Are we good? Oh, you are mad. You are mad. What? What a play. What a play. Oh, they're gonna rope. Now, my friends, we get to sit, hang out, have a nice long conversation here. and enjoy the sunset walk on the beach while our friend here, CMC, decides to rope us, who's been very active the entire game, and then decides to have to run to the bathroom. So congratulations, CMC, for at least holding your bladder this long. Good old 15 minutes of gameplay. I was also playing a control deck and played much quicker than you. Alright, CMC1, you are so mad. I would be too, though, to be honest. I'd be upset. Like, they played a good game, you know? I always say it's their best game, always. Play your best game, always. Oh, they're moving. They're looking. They're looking at what's in the graveyard. Oh, my friends. My friends, my friends, my friends. Play order matters. Play order matters. So in that case, I knew I needed to have 2 blockers. So I played the shark first so I could cycle through and see what I could get first. Unforgettingly, like I said, we're going to keep the giants in there for the 2 to the face. And this is the exact situation why you keep the 2 to the face. Because it wins games. It wins games, my friends. Oh, CMC, I am so sorry, my friend. So sorry. And you're on camera. All these people are gonna see you and think CMC won. He's a roper. The dude's a roper. That's okay. I understand, my friend. We all have a tendency to do it. I know you're mad. I would be upset. Probably we're going to get to Diamond. I stopped you from getting to Diamond. I ruined your run. You're probably 20-0. I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. Or something bad legitimately happened. I mean, you know, maybe someone fell on the street and I went out there to help them. So thank you, CMC, for being a standard, outstanding human being. So I'm going to celebrate in you making the right decision. All right, we got it, my friends. Boom, congratulations, onwards and upwards to victory here. A great deck. I'm going to close out on that note today because that was just flawless. It was nice. The deck ran great. Big, nice shout out to Wandering Ones on a wonderful deck here. Finally doing something other than aggro. We did a Izzet Tempo Deck. So let's go ahead here and discuss all about this deck here again, my friends, and close out. So final thoughts, again, for those of you that watched throughout the whole time, or those of you that skipped to the end here, or those of you that had different portions. To recap, we covered the deck list. We talked about how to sideboard. We talked about the strategy of this deck. Izzet Tempo, really about curve aggro-y kind of to an extent in terms of control magic. Then once we get to kind of an overwhelming board state or kind of ability to control and multicast and do those things, lock our opponents down, that's where we're going to come in and cinch the game. So best of 1, we went 3-0, my friends. 3-0, we crushed it. We beat 2 Rogues decks, Lurrus version and non-Lurrus version. And then we also won another match, and I'm blanking now on the last one that we, mono red. It was mono red. Crushed an aggro deck. Then we went into best of 3, and we happened to play CMC. CMC roped us at the end, but I get it. I feel you. Great match. Well played all the way through. They probably boarded in some stuff that they weren't expecting and didn't have as much in terms of kind of how we played. So with that, we ended up beating them 2-1 in the matches and closed our best of 3 in a win. So very excited, my friends. Super fun today. I really like this deck. A very nice alternative to all these aggro decks that we're playing. For those of you that I know some of you mentioned the Discord server, feel free to hop in there, or maybe it was actually, I think it was Cam. I'm gonna Cambriant, misstate your username, so I apologize. I'm actually going to go look right now because I feel pretty bad about that. So you were the one that said, wow, I never took you as fully a aggro player. So with that said, I don't quite fully know how to take it, but just wanted to say, I do and I don't appreciate Camboyant. There we go. Got it right this time. I was going to just say Cam. Appreciate that, but I can play the control decks. I can play the tempo decks, and this is a perfect video for you guys there too to continue that journey. So close out, enough said there. Always like doing that stuff. So again, engage in the comments, engage in the channel, you guys, engage in the Discord server. Love seeing you guys, love the conversations, and always appreciate your support. I really do. I don't take it for granted, and I love the energy. So closing out in the meta here, best of one. I'll tell you what, I certainly felt, given the way that this played, given the top decks that we played against, this has a good opportunity in there. Now, it might need to be refined a little bit more in best of one, but it's certainly held up really well. I would even consider going a little bit tighter in the one slot here. But I will tell you what, Behold the Multiverse has done a very, very nice job. It's consistent and it allows you to do a lot of things, and the ability to kind of transcend across time there, as Fortell kind of does, and make those upfront mana investments to pay out later. Huge deal there. Same with the counters. So in all honesty, best of one, I'm not going to say it's a tier 1 deck per se. And I'm saying that because we still got some time here to kind of sort through things, but it played smooth. It could have been a good run. I think this is definitely a tier 2 deck, and maybe a high tier 2, which in all regards, given Izzet and Izzet spells and tempo decks in the previous meta, they weren't as strong. But I definitely think it's shown up with something here now, which we want to keep an eye on. Absolutely. Then when it comes to best of 3, we played another control deck. Dimir has been a top control deck. I would actually put this at probably in the top of tier 2 as well. Again, I think there's going to be a little bit more going on. I don't want to get overly aggressive. We will come out with a tier list again for February here with all new decks. We'll think through it and we'll do the best that we can and get some of that data out there for you guys, because it's always helpful. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I certainly had a lot of fun. It was nice to crush it all the way through and through again. It's nice when we're able to do that. That doesn't happen every day. So I'll take the run. I'll clock it up to you guys. And really, again, appreciate your support. So please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Great ways to support the channel down below in the details. Appreciate the patrons, the YouTube members. Always great ways for us to interact. I love checking out your decks, doing deck reviews, those kinds of things. So Planeswalkers, enjoy it. It's fun. Take care, and we'll see you soon. We got a lot more stuff coming your way. Mythras out, and until next time, enjoy your Izzet Tempo deck, my friends.